Hey guys, alright, so, my ear just wanted to show you guys. Really? No. Bro. Sorry. Okay. Alright, so, wanted to show you guys the garden planner I got in the mail. I actually ordered it, it was only $10. Garden planner and journal. Garden journal and planner. Apparently I'm dyslexic because I read that backwards. Michelle Marsh. New edition, updated and expanded. Okay. It's really freaking cool. I love this garden planner. Okay, it has the zones in the front.
Then killed the first 3 victims within hours, JJ. First, stop, please. I can't think about it that way.
It has the USDA plant hardiness zone map in it. Show you that right there. And there's the key right there.
And you're in all kinds of jobs. My babies to come back to me.
Okay. So we're in Oklahoma.
Do this. Safe. Even if it meant breaking procedure, would you? Procedure. Never mind.
What do you see?
And you can also view the map on the internet. It's under planthardiness.ars.usda.gov / capital P, capital H, capital Z, capital M, web / plant hardiness zones outside the United States. Sunset climate zones. The AHS plant heat zone map. How heat days affect plants. Symptoms of plant heat distress include dropping leaves, fading in color, turning pale blue-green, reducing fruit development, and in some cases dying. Symptoms may appear suddenly or a plant may linger for years. Even if a heat-stressed plant does not die, it is left more vulnerable to disease and insect attack. Alright, so, the garden journal. There's a list of suggested tasks for that month, a page to write to-do list for that month, journal pages to record what you did and when, the weather, your observations and impressions, what worked and what didn't, your thoughts and reflections, notes for next year's garden, a wish list of garden tools and supplies, and more. Alright, what to put in your garden journal. What seeds you bought and where you bought them, how you amended the soil, planting dates and where you planted what, transplanting dates, what blooms when, what is the length of a plant's blooming cycle, rate plants' general performance, which deserve a 10, which aren't worth it, what works, evaluate your fertilizers, soil amendments, insecticides, fungicides. Well, you're homesteading, you shouldn't be using that kind of stuff. Rainfall, when did it rain, amount, where did it pool in your garden, harvesting dates and crop yields, weather conditions with dates, first and last frost dates, activities, example, tilling, water, fertilize, plant, mulch, weed, prune, plant and seed buying, what bought, where, when, how many, plant size and cost, wish list, plants, garden accents, equipment, books, techniques you'd like to try, garden pests you encountered and how you dealt with them, photos and sketches of your plants and garden beds, garden plans and designs, pictures and magazine articles of dream gardens and plant tags, expenses, receipts, and contacts for your garden suppliers. And then it gives websites with monthly gardening tips. One is Weekend Gardener, which is www.weekendgardener.net / do-list.htm. And then there's Royal Horticulture Society, and that is https:// www.rhs.org.uk/advice/in-month/. Blech. How to use this garden journal if you live in the southern hemisphere.
Dr. Reed. I haven't been in this outfit for a while.
How are the patients doing?
Let's worry about you.
Actually, I feel fine.
Okay, if you feel any pain, I could give you something.
Yeah, I'd rather not have any pain.
You'll notice that at the end of the month, each month, suggestions are given on what to do in the garden that month.
Okay.
Those suggestions are based on that month's season in the northern hemisphere, but the seasons are reversed in the northern and southern hemispheres. In the northern hemisphere, for example, the winter months are December, January, and February. In the southern hemisphere, the winter months are June, July, and August.
I've seen better days.
If you live in the southern hemisphere, how can you adapt the journal so that the gardening suggestions are appropriate for the month? It's an easy fix. Just cross out the names of the month in the journal section and replace them with your corresponding months in the southern hemisphere. We don't live in the southern hemisphere, so. Alright. So there's, I'll just give you an example. See, January, what to do in the garden. Plan this year's garden. Before you put in your order for spring seeds, make a scale drawing of your plans for your garden and planting beds. Show their location and size, check your leftover seeds, and throw away any that are too old. You know what? I've been able to get my old seeds to germinate, so don't throw seeds away, guys. Browse through seed catalogs, make a list of the seeds you want. Many varieties sell out early, so order your seeds now to avoid substitutions. Order seed starting materials as well. Check your garden tools. Organize, clean, oil, and sharpen them as needed. Check power tools to see if they need a tune-up, oil change, new air filter, etc. Consider painting wooden tool handles a bright color to preserve the wood and make them easy to spot. Check bulbs you have stored. Discard any that are moldy, soft, discolored, or rotting. Repack those that are too damp. Move any that have sprouted to a cooler location. Start pruning dormant fruiting trees, grapes, and shrubs. Recycle your Christmas tree and holiday plants. Use the branches as a mulch to provide cover for birds. Move live Christmas trees outside. Put them in partial shade a week before planting.
Garcia, check with students in the social studies, public policy.
And it gives things to do for warmer regions and colder regions.
There's a Chad Brown School of Public Policy.
I'm sure he does this.
Employee at the book front.
That right there, and then there's the to-do list for January. And then there's the journal pages. Same for February. I mean, it continues to do that for every month.
Dr. Reed.
Now March, okay. Plant cold hardy annuals such as pansies and violas. Plant potatoes when the grass begins to green. Plant grapes when the soil is workable. In the south, plant them in the fall. As temperatures warm, begin to remove the mulch. Transplant ornamental trees, roses, and shrubs before leaf buds open. Prune bush roses before the new growth begins. Don't walk on wet soil or work in garden beds until the ground starts to dry after the spring thaw. Fertilize shrubs and perennials. Sow seeds of half-hardy annuals, such as phlox, agarantum, French marigold, and snapdragon, indoors, under lights, or on a windowsill. Divide perennials. Prune shrubs include winter and spring flowering shrubs. Provide support for climbers. For evergreens, remove weak or damaged growth. Take cuttings of pelargonium and fuchsia to have flowering plants by summer. For warmer regions, a dormant oil spray can be used on fruit trees in the upper south. Plant summer vegetables and summer flower bulbs. For colder regions, plant strawberries and cool weather vegetable transplants. Plant lettuce, but cover when frost is forecasted. Add lime to the soil where you plan to plant tomatoes. And it says next month.
It's pretty bad. Toxic mold. And they can't start taking down the walls.
Start tomato seeds indoors, as well as other warm season vegetables and herbs that can be transplanted. Seeds for cool season crops can be planted outdoors now. And there's just like there's these to-do lists for each month. And then each month has a journal right there. See? Ugh.
Hey, grocery drive? But other than that, I feel.
Drive it faster.
Okay, and it just goes through the whole season. Okay. And then all the way through December, and then this is the garden planner section right here, see? Grid pages for laying out and planning your garden, sketchbook and photo album pages for sketching, displaying your garden photographs, and more. Grid pages. The grids on the pages that follow are useful in planning the layout of your garden and planting beds. Each block on the grid is a 1.5 inch square, which could easily represent a square foot of garden space. If you need more grids or different grid sizes, you can create your own grids or graph paper using a create table feature of a word processing program. Make cells the same size, whatever you choose. Grids are available to download free on the internet. Some sites are Incompetech, INCOMPETECH.com /graph paper/ or www.printablepaper.net www.printablepaper.net /preview /1x1 www.vertex42.com /excel templates /graph-paper.html donnayoung.org /math /graph-paper.htm www.activityvillage.co.uk /grid-papers. Free Plan a Garden tool app. Better Homes and Gardens provides a free garden planning tool on their site. They invite you to design the garden of your dreams with our easy drag and drop garden planning tool. You choose your plants according to type, conifers, perennials, etc., size and light requirements, your garden structures, arbors, fences, and your textures, lawn, old brick, etc. To get you started, you may choose from a selection of the most popular garden plans and create your own, using your own photographs of your garden space. Try it out. The site also has links to more free garden plans, landscaping basics, and more. www.bhg.com /app /plan-a-garden / And then here's the graph paper, or the grids. And I'll probably use these, to be honest. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36. So actually, that'd be perfect for our garden beds. And then there's sketchbook and photo album pages for your sketches, photographs, notes, and more. Right there. And these are just all blank pages. Right there. And there's a lot of those. Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. So that has 37. And then this, the back of it, is a handful of useful garden forms, annual gardening calendar, seeding schedule, planting schedule, pest control, winners, losers, rainfall amounts, wish lists, suppliers' orders, contact information, expenses, and plant profiles. That right there. Annual gardening calendar, soil preparation, January through December. Planting, indoor and seed starters, direct sow vegetables, direct sow others. Transplanting, irrigation and watering, fertilizing, pest control, and harvesting. And that has 2 pages, which you could easily take. I might take this down to the library. You could easily take and print a lot of these off, and I might just do that. I might print off several more of these. Seating schedule, and there's 1, 2, there's only 2 of those. And then, again, you could print those off easily. If you have a all-in-one printer, scanner, copier, you could easily do that. And then, planting schedule, 1, 2, oh, there's only 2 of those too. And that's date, source of plant, seed or transplant, date planted, planted where, date of bloom and fruit, and then notes. It's the same on the other side. Then pest control. I think there's only 2 of those as well. Yeah. Plants, pests observed and severity of infestation, how you treated it, date treated notes. Winners and losers side. And again, you can just make extra copies of these. Rainfall amounts, wish lists, and that's description, price, and notes. And then suppliers, orders, and contact information. And then expenses, date, description, sold by, price, how paid, and notes. Plant profiles, plant characteristics and requirements, plant care. To keep track of the plants in your garden, their characteristics, and what they require in order to thrive. You can find such information on plant tags, seed packets, etc., but there are also 2 excellent websites with plant databases to supply the information you need. They are the National Gardening Association Plants Database, https://garden.org/plants/. And the other one is Learn to Grow Plant Search, http://www.learntogrow.com/plants.
Would it make them feel safer or more vulnerable?
And it also gives you options on how to put the book in a 3-ring binder.
I know. It wouldn't have helped anything if that woman knew what was happening across the street from her and her kids. I lied because it was my job. And
so some useful sites and blogs: American Horticultural Society, ahsgardening.org, National Gardening Society, garden.org, USDA Plants Database, plantsusda.gov, Creative Living and Gardening with Bren Haas, that's BERNHAAS.com, Away to Garden, and that's awaytogarden.com, Garden Rant, and that's gardenrant.com, Cold Climate Gardening, and that's coldclimategardening.com, Veggie Gardening Tips, veggiegardeningtips.com, Backyard Gardening Blog, gardeningblog.net, You Grow Girl, The Dirt, yougrowgirl.com/the-dirt-on-soil-2. Your Small Kitchen Garden, smallkitchengarden.net, Garden Design Online, and that's BHG, all capitals.com. So if you enjoyed the book, please visit the site gottagarden.com. And there you go. I mean, this is really cool, and it has extra pages for notes and stuff in the back, so it's well worth the $10, believe me. And I used that in Michigan, and I really liked it, so I'm also going to be getting some other garden planners. So, just to try out some different ones. So, anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys, and I'll go ahead and get that on there, and I will see you guys. I'll probably do a couple more, and I'll see you guys in the next video. You guys all have a good night.
You'll be all right, kid.
See you in a minute. Bye, guys.
How's it?